I've tried to do this like 6 or 7 times, probably. Like I even recorded, I wrote this whole thing and I recorded it nicely on my microphone and everything. And then I just watched it back and it just felt very scripted. So I just ran out of the shower because I realized what I wanted to say. So I'm just doing it right now. So, sorry if I sound a little insane. This is just some footage of me and Michael making Odds Are back in, I don't know, probably 2022, which feels appropriate for this because that was around the same time that we were working on this next EP that I'm putting out, which I guess I haven't announced, but I just did. Yeah, Light on the Wall and Self-Sabotage were intended to be a part of this larger project called Things We Don't Talk About. And so is this next single, One More Won't Kill You. And it's taken me a long time to put this album out. There's been so many little setbacks and everything, but ultimately it comes down to me, obviously. And I've had so many conflicting thoughts about this project. Basically, the idea was that I went through a tough period of, anxiety, depression, poor mental health, kind of generally, kind of on and off over the course of many years, like between 2017 is really when I first started feeling those things for the first time. I mean, obviously I'm still, I don't know if you're ever really through it, but I'm so much more mentally healthy now than I was 3-4 years ago. And so I made this album with just a few of my closest friends, Jake, Michael, and Alna. And especially Michael. Michael and I were really holed up together, on and off for a year making this. And at the time, I was like, this is the project, this is the one, this is gonna take me where I wanna go, this is gonna reach people. And, I still obviously love that thought, but I have so much more conflicted feelings about it now for so many reasons. I mean, maybe the biggest one is that this album is just my feelings, like laid out. They're all negative, pretty much. It was a real catharsis making this album for me. And that's why I was so grateful, especially to Michael and Jake and Alna for helping me get that out, because it was so tough for me to talk about these things. But yeah, ultimately it's just, there's no like advice or happy endings or, full circle moments. It's literally just like the dark stuff brought to light. And that's cool. I love that. I love this album for having been that for me, because I needed that so badly. And I truly believe that making this project helped me get to a better place mentally. But the conflicting feelings for me come from just, I guess, how lacking in positivity or hope it is, I guess. I'm very like conscious and aware of what I put out into the world musically. Obviously, I don't just put anything out, because if I did, I would have a lot more music out by now, because I've been releasing music for like 5 years. So it's been a real difficult thing for me. Like, why am I putting this out? What's the point? Is it selfish? Is it just for me? When I'm struggling with it, what I hear in my head is, no one wants to listen to this. Like, this is just sad for the sake of being sad. Like, what's the point? How does this help anyone? Obviously, there's the other side to that as well, which is music that has helped me when I was in a rough place has often been music that explores those feelings and talks about those sad things and says them out loud, because so much of it is kept inside. I think everyone on the planet Earth feels a million things that they never share with anyone else, which is kind of just part of the human condition, I guess. So I know that it could be good for someone, and my ultimate hope is that someone were to hear it and feel less alone because of it. But this has kind of been like the struggle for me. My other struggle has been, if you're still listening to this, you rock. Damn, I'm talking. My other struggle has been kind of with music in general in the past 5 years. When I first got into music, I was a really insecure kid. I had no sense of identity. Some people, it seems like, just always have a sense of identity. I felt that about my brother. My brother always felt like very grounded and like he knows who he is. He'll say what he needs to say. He doesn't care if, it isolates him or whatever. Like, that's who he is. And that was something I always really admired about him. But I didn't have that. So that's been a real process for me. And when I first started, falling in love with music was a way for me to have a voice when I didn't feel heard by the world. Not because of necessarily anything anyone did to me, just because I didn't know how to say anything. I didn't know how to speak. I didn't know how to express myself. So music became the way for me to do that. But also, when you're an insecure person, it's kind of like being a farm animal, being backed into a corner of a fence. You'll do anything to get out of that corner. You'll scratch and claw, and you will do whatever it takes. And when you're being backed into that corner by insecurity, music for me, this thing that I found that I was maybe pretty good at, and I didn't know what else I could be good at. Of course, I thought I was a lot better at it than I actually was, but music to me looked like a way out of that corner. It looked like, oh, I could have this thing that people would look at me and say, oh, he's actually the guy. He's not an outcast. He's not this. He's not that. He's cool. And again, to an insecure person, that looks like necessary. That looks like heaven. That looks like the ideal. And I sort of have realized this more and more as I've gone through a career trying to make music my main thing. And it's not to say that, I didn't love music as just its own thing, but there always was deep down this ulterior motive. Over Thanksgiving, my dad was kind of giving me shit about how he was like, you always wanted to be a pop star. And, talking about how unlikely that is, just statistically speaking, which he's right. It is unlikely. And my response was, that's not the goal. Because that's true to me now. That's not my goal. My goal isn't, I don't want to be making music to be popular. But if I'm honest with myself, in a lot of ways, that was my goal for a long time. And my struggle in the past 5 years has kind of been figuring out if I'm in this for the right reasons. And if I still love music, even if I don't need to fill that hole in me anymore. And I'm so grateful now to realize that I think I actually did find something for myself that I love independently of any external factors or any sort of self-healing through ego or whatever. And I'm so grateful that I get to say that and that feels true to me now. But it wasn't always the case. So part of the struggle in putting this, to come all the way back around, part of the struggle in putting this project out for me in the last few years has just been the struggle with putting out music in general in the last few years, which is why am I doing this? Why am I actually doing this? And I know now why I'm doing this. I do it for myself purely because I love it. I love music. I love making music. I'm literally never happier than when I'm in front of a drum set or just playing guitar or tapping on my desk. That could be my whole life. And I also love reaching people through music. I love that I get to say something musically and someone could hear it and be like, that really touched me. That really affected me. That's it. I'm good. And I know there will always be a part of me that wants the big audience, wants the like stardom, and that's just the ego. I know that's just the ego, but I'm aware of it, and I don't feel so controlled by it. I don't feel so controlled by my past. So, all that to say, One More Won't Kill You's coming out. Things We Don't Talk About, the EP, my second EP, will be coming out after that. And I know that I should be putting more than 3 singles out on a 6-song project. Like, any business exec, music A&R person would be like, you're an idiot. You should be doing probably 6 singles and just put them all out and then they're all on a project. But I honestly, it's been too long. I can't promote this album any longer than this. So I'm doing one more single. One More Won't Kill You. I think if I did promote one more single after that, it would kill me. So I'm not going to do that. And then the EP's out. And that's it. And then I have, oh my God, I have so much music that I'm so excited about for after that project that it looks like I'm going to be largely producing on my own. I'm probably going to also continue to get help from other producers, but you know, that's also been the last 5 years. I've kind of become a producer, which I'm very excited. I love that part of the music making process as well, like all the beeps and boops, you know? Oh, wow. So yeah, that's my rant. If you listen this far, like, you rock. And I hope you like it. I hope, even though I know it's sad, everyone's always like, why y'all put out so much sad music? Stop putting out so much sad music. Well, this is going to be a little more sad music, but I've realized that I think it's important for me to do it. Love you. Thanks for listening. And bye.